everyone. My name is Phil and welcome to Phil Does 3D. I'm a multimedia and 3D artist and I stream live on Twitch on Mondays and Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific time in the United States, which is midday in Australia or 1 a.m. if you're in the UK. And always remember, if you miss the live streams, you can catch up with the premiere event streams on a Friday and Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific in the US, which is 9 a.m. in Australia, or 10 p.m. if you're in the UK. Beck, it's good to see you, Beck. How are you? How's things? What you been? Did you have a good weekend? A good week? How's that modelling coming along? It's good to see you there, Beck. Remember, as always, guys and girls, if you've got any questions, please feel free to jump into chat and ask me. If I can help, I'm happy to try. If you just want to say hello, then that's always welcome. But if all you want to do is watch, that's completely fine. So what are we doing? We are working on Temple of the Wind's Garden Terrace in 3D Studio Max. We have almost finished the modelling stage. I'm going to be putting this in my 3D store, so I'm creating like a kit bash so people can add as many steps to it as they like. And that's what all these versions here are about. So we've got versions where we've got 3 steps, which is the one that I'm going to be using for my beauty renders. No steps. I don't know why you wouldn't want steps on your terrace, but hey. Beck says things have been okay. Modelling has stopped due to being in hospital. Oh no! What happened? Are you okay? I hope you're okay, Beck. That's bad news, being in hospital though. Really bad. No, I've been good. I've been working weekends. So things are starting to get a bit busier at the studio now, so yep. I have to go back to working on weekends again. That's cool. And next week they're sending me out to the middle of nowhere, to the middle of Australia, in 55 degrees Celsius temperatures to go and visit some gold mine, I think it is. So that's what I'll be doing next week. So there won't be any streams next week, guys. Today's the last stream. I'm off next week, but then I'm back the week after. So I'm just off for 1 week. No streams next week, back the week after. Because I'm going to be out in the middle of nowhere. Smurfberry Barbecue, it's good to see you, Smurfberry. Hope you're well. I fixed those mod pop-ups. You can test it if you want, Smurfberry, by giving me a mod slap, and we can see if the thing has been fixed. Yeah, why are you in hospital? Oh, there we go. Good. So all of your mod pop-ups should be working, moderators. Same for you subs, you can set those off as well. And if you want to know what they are, you can go to my website, look under subscriber stuff, or actually just look in the panels below my stream. You can get a link that way. Beck says, don't worry, I'm okay now. Good to hear, Beck. Dislocated knee. On a happier note, 5 months already. Whoa, 5 months. Wow. Beck, that is awesome. Thank you very much for that 5-month sub. I don't pay enough attention to my OBS over here to see the sub alerts go off. Because I don't wear headphones, I don't get an audio alert. But thank you very much, Beck. I do appreciate it when you guys sub to me, and 5 months. You are awesome. Thank you very much. And it's good to hear you're okay now. Dislocated knee. Ooh, that would have been painful. I'm glad to hear you're all better though. That's the important thing. Okay. What are we doing? Oh, that's right. We're doing this, aren't we? Oh, Phil. So easily distracted. What was I saying? Oh, yes, stairs. No stairs. Smurfer is asking Beck, were you doing sick jumps on your BMX? And Beck says, I'd need to own a BMX to do that, Smurfer. It was a skateboard, wasn't it, Beck? You fell off the skateboard. Yes, no stairs. Why anyone would want no stairs is beyond me. But hey, I'll give people the option. 1 step, 2 steps, 4 steps. And people would not want more than 4 steps because they wouldn't fit around the outside of the terrace. It'd just be all stairs. But we're going to be using the 3-step version to do our beauty renders. So as part of the kit bash, as part of the sale, I'll give them the full version here with 3 steps, which is the one I suggest people would buy and use. But they have the option then to use the as many steps or as few steps as they want. And yesterday we were just, because Phil stuffed up, as usual, I wanted to reuse the textures on all of these pieces, just to cut down on the amount of textures I have to ship. But because I didn't UV map them before I made them on these other ones, we had to delete the ones we had and copy the ones that we'd UV mapped over. We've done most of them. We were doing the railing sections yesterday, and we've only got this railing terrace and the main one to swap out. So let's do that. So I'm just going to double check that this was the last one we worked on that was UV mapped out. Just jump into isolation, open up our group. And yeah, I can see the unwrap on there, so I know it's mapped out. Yeah, we'll do a collapse all anyway, because I want to collapse it, throw an unwrap on it, and check the UVs, and there we go. And again, we're wasting a lot of UV space, but we have no choice because we want to reuse the texture. If I was to repack it, which is what I would suggest you do if you don't need to reuse a texture, it will mess up our UV, so I can't repack it. But yeah, I only do that if you want to reuse your texture. Otherwise, do a repack so you can use as much of your texture space as possible. So this one, we have to delete this one because this one I'm pretty sure doesn't have UV mapping. Again, I'll just double check. Oh no, actually this one looks like it does. I think I got this one done just before the stream ended, which is good because it means we don't have to do it now. But we do need to fix these decorative pieces. They're not in the middle and they need to be in the middle. So first things first, collapse the stack, throw the unwrap on and double check. Yeah, again, see how much texture space is being wasted? No choice, unfortunately. And these ones, I'm pretty sure are UV mapped. Yes, good. Beck says, I like to hide away when people mention UV mapping. We're going to be using that program, though, that I've shown you guys before. That Rhizome UV program used to be called Unfold 3D to do our UV mapping because I'm with you, Beck. I can't stand it. I hate UV mapping so much. The one part of 3D that I really dislike. Really, really important, but really dislike it. So I'm with you. I know where you're coming from. But that program, that Rhizome UV, because it does it automatically, it does the packing automatically as well. It's a great program. Not that you can't get it all done within your 3D program. So I don't want you thinking you need an external program. You can do it all within whatever 3D software you use, whether it's Blender, Maya, Max, Cinema 4D. They all do UV mapping. Smokeberry says, today I began moving all the UVs for the different plant meshes into the same 0 to 1 space. Cool. Are you just are you using an automatic pack? That should get it done for you. So, you know, in Max, of course, you can go in and I can't find it. Where are we? Pack UVs. Are you doing it that way? So, like, you could attach all your separate UVs together into one mesh and then go into your UV tool in your 3D program and get it to pack out your UVs that way. Or you can do it by hand if you want to be a purist, Smapper. Personally, I'd use the automatic tools, but hey, that's me. Let's start by getting this into the middle, I think. Smapper says, I tried an auto layout in Maya, but it left too many empty spaces, so I had to fall back on doing it by hand. Well, at least if you use the auto tool, then you can modify it. You know what I mean? You use the auto tool to get it all laid out as good as Maya, in your case, can do it, and then go and move your bits and pieces around to get it to pack as tightly as you can. You don't have Rhizome? No problem. Well, do remember though too, Rhizome is you can download a trial free for 30 days, fully functional. Always bear that in mind, guys and girls. Download the trial if you've got a project you need doing and use the trial to pack your UVs. I don't know how often that would work though. You know, like, I don't know if you can do it multiple times or not. I haven't tried because I own a license to Rhizome, but just putting that out there. Mercury says, I know how that works. The first hit is free. Well, that's the why they give you the free trial. They want to sort of like hook you into using the software. So that is true. If you don't want the temptation, then don't do it. Okay, let's start by moving this about where the middle is. So I'm going to count out 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So about there is going to be the middle. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. No. I don't think we're going to be able to get it exactly in the middle, unfortunately, because the number of bars is not quite correct. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we got 4 on one side, 5 on the other. I don't think there's anything we can do about that. So it won't be as lopsided as it was, but it won't be completely in the middle. We may be able to fudge it. Let's see. So if we go 4 and 4, so I want to move these ones over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these ones. Let's work back in our local axes. So let's work in the top viewport, I think. I think that'll be easier. Max. We're going to have to go back to our viewport here because local axes, because the tops are separate objects from the bars, when we try to move them, they go wonky. So if we stick to our viewport here, axes, it should be fine. Now I'm just going to move these slightly out of alignment just so I can select these bits to move them. Otherwise, they're going to overlap each other and it's going to prove really hard. Now we can reselect these ones. Make sure we select them all. I should have actually done probably a Boolean and done a union on these so that way they wouldn't split apart. It would have been easier for me to move around too. Never mind, live and learn. Let's just rotate this a little bit. Okay, let's move this one over and rotate it around a little bit. New hello, good to see you. Says, how are you keeping? Did you change the biggest screen monitor? Did you change the biggest screen monitor? What do you mean, new hello? I'm actually working on a 4K monitor now, so what you see on screen is my 4K screen. Is that what you're talking about? I was using a 2K screen, a 2560 by 1440, which I had 2 of them. I still have one of them on that side. So I use 2 screens, and that's the one that I monitor my chat and stuff on, but my main monitor now is a 4K 3840 by 2160. So I am using a big screen. I was tempted to try... you can buy monitors now, computer monitors that are like 50 inches. 50-inch computer monitor. Mine is not that big. Simply because it would not fit on my desk. I don't know how people work on those things. Beck says, I actually bought some new monitors recently, two of the new Dell 24. Oh, nice. Yeah, Dell make really good monitors. Their color correction is really... Like the calibration on their color is spot on out of the box. You don't have to worry about calibrating your screen and stuff. Dell always do a really good job at that sort of stuff. So nice, very nice. Yeah, I love working with 2 screens. I couldn't go back to working with just 1. I used to work with 3, but 3, I used to find I used to ignore the 3rd one anyway. But 2 is perfect. Because generally when I work in programs like Max or Photoshop, this side bar here, these two sidebars, I normally remove those and put them on the second screen. So I've got full screen, and this would be moved over as well. I do the same thing in Photoshop, but because I'm streaming and you can only stream one screen at a time, I suffer for you guys and bring them all into the one screen. But generally when I work when I'm not streaming, I remove these bars onto the second monitor. It's also good to have like a 3D program open on one and Photoshop open on the second screen. That sort of thing. If you're doing texturing and stuff, you can get instant feedback without having to jump between the programs. Beck says, yeah, I always need two. I can't use Unreal with one monitor only. Yeah, well, Unreal's another good one because you've got all those windows that you can open up for your material editor and your mesh viewer and cloth physics or whatever you're working with. The blueprint. Having all those on a second screen really helps. So, yep, I get where you're coming from, Beck. But yeah, having said that, like I said, 3 monitors I found to be a bit unnecessary because I used to ignore the third one anyway. But two is perfect. Yeah, I was going to say with a 4K screen, I probably don't need to remove these, but I still do it anyway. I'm just used to having my full screen 3D view. But how are you, New Hello? Are you good? I hope you're well. Okay, let's keep going around here and centering these up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't count. Okay, this one's probably not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one, it needs to be changed. Looks like only 2 of them really need to be swapped around. So let's start by moving this one down to about there. New Hello says, I'm on top of the world. I miss you so much. Well, I miss you too, New Hello. It's been a while since I've seen you, but it's good that you're here. I understand you guys have got lives and you have stuff you've got to do. You can't drop everything to watch Phil stream, as much as I'd love you to. Android Lust, it's good to see you, Android Lust. It's good to hear that you're on top of the world too, New Hello. I like it when you guys are happy. And how are you, Android Lust? Are you well? What you up to? You doing any 3D stuff? Beck says hi to Android Lust as well. I've got to learn to read the chat before I open my mouth. Okay, let's find this one, which is this one down here. Let us jump into the top viewport. You're always doing... Well, that's good to hear, Android Lust. That makes me happy to hear that you're always doing 3D. I'm going to start by moving these ones, I think. So let's move these ones over. Again, I'm just going to move them out of alignment while I move these ones over. Smurfberry says, how much did those monitors cost? Are you talking to Beck, I'm assuming? Is it Beck? Yeah. Yeah, the Dell screens generally aren't cheap to purchase. They are good. And like I said, they come pre-calibrated, which is nice. Because most screens you buy really have terrible color calibration on them. And it's really important to get them calibrated, particularly if you're doing anything that regards particularly print, like if you're doing any print sort of work. But even just 3D stuff, if the way you see it when you upload it to, say, ArtStation is different to the way everybody else sees it, then it's going to, it could make your work look worse than it should be. So it's important to calibrate your screens. Android Lust says, sadly, I've been making a lot of stuff I can't show you all. Oh, well, I get that, Android Lust. That's cool. You guys know I can't show you the stuff I work on at work either. They make me sign those terrible NDAs and they'll sue me. And work won't be very happy. Mercury says, yeah, Beck's new ones, one of the two monitors, it's like 17 years old. One of my two monitors is like... Well, monitors last a very long time. That's why I've never been afraid of spending a good amount. You know, I'm not afraid of spending more for a good quality monitor, because a monitor is the thing that even when you upgrade your computer, you always keep, because they last a while. I mean, having said that, not every monitor, some monitors break, but generally they last a long time. And it's the one thing between upgrades that you tend to keep all the time. And it's the one thing that you constantly look at. You know, when you're using your computer, your monitor is the thing you're always staring at. So it's important to make sure it's good, you know. So for those reasons, I don't mind spending money on a good monitor, because I know I'm going to use it for a long time between upgrades. And it's the thing I'm always looking at. But Beck says they were 209, is that euros or pounds? I always get them mixed up. Either way. It's, I guess, not too bad for a Dell 24-inch. Beck says, no, it wasn't too terrible. Android Lust says, what kind of monitor is it, Beck? Yeah, show us the link. Okay, of course we've got all those other things with monitors now, whether it's HDR, whether it's G-Sync or FreeSync and all that sort of stuff. They've made buying a monitor incredibly complicated now. Alright, I'm going to just quickly close this group up. I'm going to jump back to our full screen. And again, this one is slightly off center, but we're looking at it here, it doesn't look too bad. We have 4 bars one side, 5 bars the other. It is off center, but I don't think it's terribly noticeable if I sort of deselect it so we can look at it a bit better. I really don't think people will bitch about that, if that's the word I'm looking for. It's centered enough that it looks correct. If you really were worried about it, what we could do is we could remove 1 bar, so we have 4 either side, and then we could center that up inside of our railing section. Now again, you see that I'm not in a complete line here. Some of my bits and pieces are a little bit off. Again, I'm leaving it like that on purpose because I want it to look less perfect, although a couple of these look like they might be just a bit too much, so I'm just going to correct a couple of these bits and pieces. Like this one I think is too far back. No, we can't work in local, I keep forgetting. Just going to pull that one forward. I might pull this entire bar forward, I think. And we'll move this one back a little bit. And this one in the corner here, we don't want that on top. We might just pull this bar in a little bit. I'm just holding the shift key down to create a copy of that cap there. There's the link that Beck has popped in for his monitor. Android Lust says I should buy a new monitor. Smokeberry says my monitors are stubborn and won't die. Yeah. What I find, Smokeberry, because you guys know me, I collect my old computer stuff. I can't throw it away. I can't throw anything away. I've got so many old NVIDIA video cards and stuff in boxes upstairs because I just can't bring myself to toss them. But I found with the same thing with the monitors and stuff, why get rid of a perfectly good working monitor? But when I upgrade my screens, because I have other PCs in the house that I use as rendering machines, what I do is the old screen I put on one of my rendering machines. So normally I run them headless, which means they don't have a monitor because they're only rendering machines. So I found a use for my old monitors that way by putting them on my headless rendering machine so I can monitor what's going on if I need to, without having to VPN or log into the machine via remote desktop or anything. So you could do that, Smurfery. If you've got an old PC, that's an excuse. Bex says, I spent a long time thinking about it and if it was worth it, and now I have them, I'm glad I got them. Yeah, I was the same, because I worked on two 2K screens, which were nice. I still use one here, and my stream machine has the other screen now. I question the need to update my monitor, but because I do color critical work, I wanted to update to the new color format, which is, I believe, P3, I think they call it. Like, normal monitors work in sRGB mode, color mode, which is computer web stuff. If you work in Adobe and you do print stuff, then you generally work in Adobe RGB, which is a different color profile. It uses more colors. So yeah, I wanted to upgrade to a monitor that used the new P3 color profile, because that's used in broadcast, television, film, all that sort of stuff, which gave me a better color gamut on my monitors as well. So yeah, that was the reason I upgraded. It took me a while though. That and the fact too that I did want to upgrade to a 4K screen because I could fit more on it while I'm working. But you need the graphics card to drive it as well. And if it gets very expensive, if you've got to upgrade your monitor, your graphics card to drive the monitor, all that sort of stuff. But that's only a problem if you go really high res. But yeah, no, it's a good idea to think long and hard, because there's such a wide variety of monitors you can buy now too. And like I said, whether you got to think about whether you want HDR, G-Sync, FreeSync, all that sort of stuff. My monitor is not G-Sync or FreeSync. I do play games, but I bought the screen for work, so that was my main concern over gaming. But I can still game on it. I just don't have G-Sync or FreeSync. Smurfery says, moving twice in 1 year motivated me to get rid of my old electronics. Oh no, I saved the hard drives and got rid of the rest. I don't know how you did it, Smurfery. I can't. Every time I go into my closet upstairs and see all these boxes of old video cards and network cards and wireless network cards and all that sort of stuff, I keep thinking to myself, wow, I would have so much more room if I just tossed this stuff that I'm never going to use again. But I just can't do it. I know the minute I throw it away, something like I'll need it for something or other. That's my excuse anyway. New Hello says, hey Phil, I see you often design neoclassical buildings. Are those projects going to be built in the future, or are they just 3D models for games or making movies? I do like neoclassical buildings, you are correct. I like modelling stone. That's my favourite thing to model, stone. And personal preference, I like Art Deco. What's the other one? Art Deco, Art Nouveau. I like that style of architecture. Classical as well. So I tend to model a lot of that sort of stuff. So that's just my personal preference, because the stuff you guys see me working on is stuff I sell in my store, and because I'm the client, I can choose what I want to make, and I'm only going to make stuff that I like. And thankfully other people seem to like it because they buy my models, but it's personal preference. But the stuff I do at work is because I'm specialised in photogrammetry. A lot of my work at the studio is modelling up old buildings anyway, because they generally keep the facade of an old building, and then the architecture firm that I work for, the architects redesign a modern back to that building, because old buildings aren't designed for modern offices. They don't have the right power delivery, the right layout, all that sort of stuff. But because the building is heritage, they can't knock it down. So they have to keep the facade, but they're allowed to build a modern extension at the back. And that's generally what the studio I work at specialise in. So I tend to do a lot of classical modelling anyway for work because of that. But I also do stuff for mining companies. That's why I'm not streaming next week. Again, for you guys that didn't hear at the beginning of the stream, there are no streams next week, but I'm back the week after. So I'm just missing a week because the studio are sending me into the middle of Australia, 55 degrees Celsius temperatures. It's just awful, to a gold mine. So we do stuff with mining companies as well. So... So no, I don't just do classical stuff, but if my personal projects, yeah, classical stuff, because that's what I like, and stone. So yeah, the stuff you see me won't actually be built physically in real life. Not the stuff you see me working on my private stuff. But it's for my 3D store, and that's because I like this sort of stuff. I like angel statues as well, but I put no angel statues in this. You will notice there is not one angel statue. Because people have said to me, you do too many angel statues. Andrew Loss says, that's called hoarding, Phil. I know it's called hoarding. I know. Listen, I admit to it. I'm a hoarder. I'm a tech hoarder. Smurfy says, we have a buttload of heritage buildings here. Oh, nice. I love heritage buildings. Like entire butts. Oh, Smurfy. Yeah, I love heritage. That's one of the reasons I went to work for the studio I'm working at now. Because they do so much heritage work. Okay, now this one we can actually get in the middle. I can remove this last bar. I don't think we actually need it. So let's do that. Let's get rid of this this one here in the corner because it's not necessary. And that way we have 4 and 4. So that is in the middle, that one. Beck says, England is one giant heritage building, castles and Oh, I know. I wish I lived in England. I would just be in 7th heaven, wandering around the countryside of England, taking photographs of all your old castles and your old stately homes and all that sort of stuff. I love it. Love it. We don't have that in this country because we're too young. Australia was only settled a couple of 100 years ago, so we don't have all that beautiful heritage you guys in England have. We do have heritage buildings, though, and that's... but just not as many as you guys have, unfortunately. Okay, now you can see I purposefully split some of the bars to be wider in places, again, to make it look less perfect. So that the gap there is wider than the rest, but that's done on purpose. But this one is sort of stuck inside of the fence, so let's move this one out. I should actually remove it. In fact, I think I will actually remove that. And that means I can actually move this over to do 4 and 4. So let's do that. So you will come over to here. But yeah, no, I'm really jealous of you guys in England with all that beautiful heritage stuff you've got. I love heritage buildings. I just think they look amazing. I mean, I live in an apartment, a modern apartment, unfortunately. But I'd love to live in an old building. We just don't have enough of them in this country, unfortunately. Okay, let's move this bar over here. And let's move this one where that one was. Snowberry says, wow, I can't get those Dell monitors for almost half of what I can get those Dell monitors. Don't tell him that. Ah, Smurfberry, rubbing it in. You know, I often look at technology, tech stuff online, and you guys in the US can buy stuff so much cheaper than we can buy it here in Australia. You know, and they say, oh, well, it's because of the shipping costs to ship stuff from the US to Australia costs a lot. And that's probably true, but not as much as they charge. Like, we pay double what you pay in the US for our stuff over here. It ain't fair, I tell you, Smithbury, it ain't fair. Smithbury says £117. Wow. Beck says, I mean, in the middle of our capital, we have a castle. Oh, that'd be so sweet. It doesn't get better than that. No, it doesn't get better than that, Beck. I'm so jealous. Man, I'm jealous. I'm jealous of Smurfberry being able to buy tech cheap, and I'm jealous of you with all your old castles and stately homes. It's not fair. And I'm jealous of you people that live in a cold climate too, because Australia's too bloody hot. Too hot, I say. Although today's very cold. Don't fret, Beck. Like I said, the technology in this country, we pay much more than they pay in the US too. The US gets it all cheap because, you know, that's where it all comes from. It all comes from China, but you know what I mean. All the companies are based in the US. Smurfberry says, but they manufacture these in Asia. Yeah, that's right. Everything comes out of China. Smurfberry says we have the world's first penitentiary here. Oh, do you? Cool. Looks like an old castle, but the ramparts are all lies. Isn't that like England's Parliament building? It has that Gothic-y style, but it's just all a facade. It's not real. It's all fake. Again, for the same reason, they wanted a parliament that they could actually use and not one that was true to the Gothic style where it'd be really dark all the time because the windows are small and all that sort of stuff. So they faked it. Cheaper too, of course, to build if it's faked. Okay, I think we're good. Beck says, well, I mean, it was built God knows how long ago, so I don't know. It always saddens me too when I see heritage buildings that have been left to go to ruin. I know that happens quite a bit in England because the maintenance on those castles, those huge mansions, costs a fortune. They're cold because generally they're not centrally heated or anything. So I can understand people not particularly wanting to live in them, but man, they're beautiful buildings, and it's really sad to see them go to wreck and ruin because the owners can't afford the upkeep on it, or the owners died, I don't know, or they just abandoned the building. That always makes me sad. New Hello says to Beck, yeah, right, England is a beautiful ancient country. Phil, make me realise that the value of classical architecture. So it's one of the reasons why I decided to study the master's course in England later in the year. Well, yeah, look, I love classical architecture. I don't like modern architecture. And the apartment I'm in is modern, and I don't like it. It's convenient. It's, you know, it has good heating and cooling, and the amenities are all new and all that sort of thing. But I like an old building. It has so much character. That's why I love Art Deco and Art Nouveau, because I'm not in love with the period like the 1900s to the 1920s, but the architecture is just so interesting and so different to what modern buildings are. That's why I love it. And they use a lot of stone, which I love. Character. They have character. Modern buildings don't have any character. The Unholy says, nice show, Phil. Thank you, Unholy. It's good to see you. I tend to rabbit on a bit too much and not do my work, which is not good. Yeah, I'm easily distracted. I've said that to you guys before. Very easy to distract Phil. But I'm glad you're enjoying the show, The Unholy. Andrew Loss says, I can't say where I live is pretty. Well, I live in a city, so I can't say that's particularly pretty either. It is what it is. We live where we do. I would really like to not live in Australia because it's so hot. And I hate the hot weather. And I'm just going to check. I'm pretty sure I didn't UV map these, so this means I'm going to have to copy them over. No, not UV mapped. What an annoyance. Beck says to New Hello, do you know where in England you're studying? Yeah, well, and what are you going to be studying, New Hello? I'm assuming some sort of 3D stuff, art stuff, maybe game stuff. I'm just curious. Wow. You know what? We're reusing the textures on all of these pieces for all of these kit bash pieces. I don't actually think I'm going to do that for this piece here. Just for the railing. We'll reuse the textures for these pieces, but for the railing here, and just this one piece. So what I'm trying to say is, instead of us using the one texture for all of our railing pieces here, all of these ones are going to be using the same texture. For this one, which is the one I'm actually going to do the beauty renders on, I think I'll create a separate second texture for the railings just for this piece. Yeah, because I think it'll be more interesting. It gives people a bit more variation for the kit bash. And it still only means we're going to be using 2 textures instead of 1. So I'm not going to swap that over. I'm going to texture map this uniquely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it over to Rhizome UV. And we're going to UV map it. Bex says, Phil, if you Google Greenwich Uni, London, look at that architecture. That's what I want to see every day. I'll do that right now, actually. Beck, I want to check it out. Let me open my browser. Let me drag my browser in. Again, anyone new to my channel who doesn't know who I am or what I'm about, you can go to phildoes3d.com and you can read up about me there. You can look at my gallery, you can go to my art station, all that sort of stuff. That's phildoes3d.com. Why am I on Bing? No, I want to go to Google. I don't like Bing. Sorry, Microsoft, I just don't like your search engine. Let's look at some images. Ooh, nice. Beautiful. This is exactly the sort of architecture I love. That is just beautiful. Yep. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love all this old sort of stuff. I love columns. I love balustrades. All of this stuff is just heaven. I love it. Just you fix this up over here. Thank you for the subscription, Unholy. I do appreciate that. Is awesome of you. Thank you very much for subscribing to Phil Does 3D. I do appreciate it, guys, and I do thank you very much, Unholy, for the subscription. Or the Unholy. My apologies. So thank you, the Unholy, for subscribing. Remember, guys and girls, if you're not sure what you get as a sub, you can look in the panels below my stream. There's a little graphic that says, what does it say? Sub perks and sub pop-ups. If you click that, that'll take you to my webpage, which tells you subscribers everything that you get as a sub. And that includes things like sub pop-ups that only subs can do, and other perks and, you know, emotes and all that sort of stuff. But I do appreciate it, so thank you. Snowper says, one of my favourite restaurants near here is in a building that used to be a bank, constructed in 1837. Big Roman-style columns at the front and a pediment up top. Nice. Yes, that's sub hype. Thank you again, Unholy, and thanks, Beck, for resubbing as well. You're all awesome. Awesome, awesome. And Android Lust, of course, as well. I don't want to leave anyone out. He's a sub too. So that's sub hype. I do appreciate it. Beck says, yes, New Hello. We have a large architecture study area at my uni. And Beck says, the Unholy. Yes, we do love you, Unholy. Thank you for the sub. And you are correct. I do love this building. I love it. It's beautiful. I love this sort of architecture. As well as Deco and Nuvo as well. Yeah, it's beautiful. what Oxford University in England as well. Another beautiful, beautiful building. Yeah, just gorgeous, and they light it really well too, by the look of it. Nicely lit. Yeah, beautiful building. There are so many lovely buildings in the world, and England do have a lot of beautiful buildings. I like to watch a lot of murder mystery sort of TV shows and movies, and they're generally set in these old mansions and castles in England, and I'm so jealous because they're just beautiful. Beautiful. Beck says, yeah, Oxford and Cambridge, yeah, another two beautiful architectural buildings. Even right beside the water, just beautiful. It's beautiful. Of course, Europe have a lot of lovely buildings as well. Italy, France also have some beautiful old buildings, of course. Yeah, I love it all. Love it all. If I could spend my days just doing that sort of modelling, I would be happy. But no, they're going to send me to the middle of nowhere. New Hello says, Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry is also a nice university. It is. Again, that's a beautiful building. The Hogwarts School. It certainly is lovely. No, I don't know how real it is, if it's based on a real building or if it's complete CG. I'm just not sure. I think it might be complete CG though. The interior shots, of course, are not CG. They film them in some building somewhere in England, I'm assuming. The interior shots when they're walking through the halls and stuff. But the outside, I think that's all CG. Churches. I've got to think for churches as well. It's probably why I do so many angel statues. Now, I'm not religious. Don't think that I'm some sort of religious nut. I'm not. Not that I'm disparaging anyone that is. If you want to be religious, then that's fine and good. But I love churches. I just love churches. Modelling them, that is. I'm just going to check to make sure our UVs are correct, and yeah, that looks pretty good. That'll work for what we want. Now again, I am getting a little bit of stretching and squishing, which is the red and the blue, on a couple of these pieces, but it's not a heavy red, so it's not stretching too much. I don't think it's going to be that noticeable in the final texture, so I think it will be fine. There's only a few little bits and pieces where it's happening, so it'll be okay. Most of it is good. That's why I love this program, because they've got all these automatic unwrap tools that does it auto-magically. I just love that, because I hate UV mapping so much. So I'm going to send that back to Max. Legmog, aloha to you too, Legmog. How are you? Have you heard from that girl? Legmog was having some issues with a girl he wanted to go on a date with, and she was being difficult. So did we decide to let that one go, Legmog? She sounded difficult. Did you just get back from the gym, Legmog? Because Legmog is one of those strange people that goes to the gym at like 1 in the morning. He's in the UK and I stream starting at 1 in the morning, so Legmog does his gym work at 1 in the morning, I guess. Yes, Legmog getting in with the ladies, as Beck says. That's right. He's always getting in with the ladies. He's such a smoothie, Legmog. Legmog says, my friend who was her ex-colleague rang me up and was all, dude, are you okay? She rang me up and is all worried about that you're not responding. Oh God, Sarah, didn't she send you a text saying, well, not to respond or something? This girl sounds like she's nuts. Dude, she sounds nuts. Hey, listen, go on a date with her and maybe she was just having a bad day, I don't know. Send her a text and see what happens. But if it was me, I wouldn't bother because she sounds nuts. I'm sorry. She just sounds nuts. I don't know what's going on in her head. You blocked her? Oh, well, Leg Mug, I really think that it's probably a wisest thing to do. I don't know what's happening with that girl, but she sounds high maintenance and a bit nuts. If it was me, I probably would avoid that altogether as well, so I think you made the right choice. Smurfree says, do you know Kung Fu? You might have to use it. Legmug says, but I now have another woman quad trunk. Okay, Legmug, tell us about this other woman problem you have now. What's going on? What's the problem? Okay, now I think most things are textured, but I just need to check these side terrace steps. Now we still have to take these steps here into ZBrush, which I'm going to be doing soon because that's the last thing I need to fix up. But before I do that, just want to check if our pieces here are UV mapped. Now I can tell you this one is not going to be, but we should be able to copy the UV maps between them. Let's see. Yeah, this one is not UV mapped, so let's UV map this. In fact, I'm just going to isolate that for a minute. Okay, they're not grouped, which is good. They're just one mesh, which is good. So what's the woman problem, Legmob? Lay it on us. We'll give you our advice. So I'm going to send this one over to Unfold 3D. Let us do an automatic unwrap on this now. I'm going to try this automatic unwrap this time. Let's see what that gets us. I'm going to throw down a checker map to have a look at it. It's not too bad. Because it's a really fiddly geometry. It's got this like mesh pattern on it. But the UV mapping is not looking too bad. We could try a couple of the other ones though, because why not? So I'm just going to back out of that. And let's try the first one here. Let's pack it. Okay, now you see with this one we're getting a lot of stretching happening. It's given us a cleaner UV layout, but we're getting a lot of stretching, a lot of squishing, which is the blue and the red. We have options in this program where we can go in and we can fix it up. But I don't know if it's really going to be worth it, to be honest with you. Okay, Legmog says, so problem number 2. I went on 2 dates with a separate girl last week, okay? 2 dates with separate girls, I'm assuming, so 2 girls. Oh no, 2 dates with two dates with the same girl, okay. She's really nice. We hit it off. She seeming quite keen. But like, I'm now getting cold feet. Like for me, there's a certain spark that just isn't there. We've only had 2 dates, but it seems like this could easily be a relationship if we both continue on. So I'm very much considering just shutting it down now whilst things are still somewhat early. I don't want to say you can't ever grow to love someone, because you can. I don't know. Generally, the dates, when I go on dates, if I'm not feeling it, then I don't generally have more dates. You know pretty much whether there's any sort of chemistry there between you, and if there's no chemistry, then I don't know if any will. If there's no chemistry for me, then that's it for me. Particularly, and I try and do it early on, because you don't want to see a person multiple times before you say to them, listen, I'm not interested, because that'll hurt them more. So you try and get it out of the way as early as possible, so you inflict the least amount of pain on another person. And if the chemistry wasn't there for me, well then, yeah, I wouldn't. But having said that, I'm not. That's not saying you can't fall in love with someone over time. But I generally don't. If the chemistry is not there, then I generally say, no, I'm sorry, this is not working for me. Or they'll say it to me. It just depends on how desperate you are and how much you want a relationship, I guess. If you're willing to look past the initial no chemistry thing. Whereas I couldn't give a rat's now. I mean, you know, if there's no chemistry, there's no chemistry. I'm happy being... I enjoy my own company anyway, so if I'm not in a relationship, it doesn't bother me. Some people it really bothers, but it doesn't bother me. I've been in long-term relationships in the past, so I've done that. Been there, done that. I'm happy to be single at the moment. Smurfy says, know anything about her passions or interests for future goals? Legmog says, well, she has a child. Okay, that's no problem. But to be honest, that doesn't worry me so much. If I felt there was a much more of a spark, then that certainly would not be an issue. Legmog says, yeah, I'm honestly not bothered in the slightest by being single. That's the way you should be. Even if you're not, you should try and convince yourself that you can be, because you'll never find what you're looking for while you're looking for it, if that makes sense. It's not until you free yourself from the desperation of wanting a relationship and are happy with your own company that other people will be more attracted to you. At least that's what I found. If you're desperate for a relationship, you grab hold of everybody you see, and you know, those clingy people, that works against you in the long run, because it freaks people out. Whereas if you're one of those people that's, I don't care one way or the other, that confidence actually appeals to other people. So at least that's what I found. And it's good to actually enjoy your own company anyway, because there are going to be times where you're not going to be in a relationship unless you get married, and even then, there's no guarantee that's going to last forever. So it's important to like your own company and to be comfortable in your own skin, all that sort of stuff, all those cliches, but they're true. They are true. But yeah, I don't know. Legmog says, yes, I know a lot of friends who adopt the philosophy of, I'm single again. This is just the worst. Must become not single again. Yeah, don't. I don't get that. I mean, I get that people get lonely. I understand that. And so it's nice to have somebody in your life with you. But you can't look to other people to be fulfilled. I think that's what I'm trying to say. If you want fulfillment in life, you have to develop that within yourself. You can't get it from other people, because you're always going to be disappointed if you try. Simply because people can't do that for you. Only you can do that. So that's why I think it's important to be comfortable with yourself and not feel the need to be in a relationship. Beck says, we always go from 3D modelling to life lessons and ethical talk. And I know we do. You love it? Oh, well, that's good. I was worried that you guys would get bored. I know you young'uns these days, you get bored very quickly and very easily. And I'm sure that there are people that pop into my stream expecting to see a guy doing 3D and are not happy when they see me talking so much about dating. And not that I mind. I mean, you know, it's my stream. I'll talk about what I want. If you jump into my stream and you don't like it, well, you know, there are hundreds of other streamers on Twitch. Watch one of them. I mean, I want you here. I love you guys being here, but it is my stream and I will do what I want. As Cartman says, I do what I want. No, this one is better. We're not getting as much. We're getting a little bit of pinching and stretching the other way around. But not terrible. We could probably live with that. Might come back to that one. That one was this one. But let's just keep going. We'll check the others because it's quick and easy, so why not? Sniper Echo, it's good to see you, Sniper Echo. New Hello says, Phil does advice love channel. That's right. Well, look, yeah, Phil does 3D, Phil does love, Phil does chibi, Phil does everything. No, I can already tell this is terrible, but we'll pack it anyway. So some of these automatic unwrap tools are really not suited to certain types of geometry, and this is probably one of them. It's good to see you though, Sniper Echo. Legmog says, but yeah, I feel I'm probably a lot more empathic than the average person. The idea of someone really liking me and turning them away is just painful. Yeah. But then again, it's ultimately better to be cruel to be kind in this case. I do believe that. I do believe it is better to be cruel to be kind. To be cruel to be kind. The longer you, we tried that one, which is the one we might go back to. Let's try this one. Because the longer you leave it, the more the person is going to grow attached to you, and the more it's going to hurt them in the long run. Yeah, again, you see this one. This one didn't actually UV map these at all, so that's a bad one. Bad one. Bad UV map. So yeah, if it was me and the chemistry wasn't there, I would do it quickly and soon. I wouldn't keep stringing people along, because I think that's cruel. So we've got a choice between this one and this one. Let's compare them. Let's go back to this one again. Let's wait for it to do its pack. See, this one we're getting very little stretching, a few little bits here and there, but not a lot. But let's look at the other one now, which is this one. Smeppery says, man, I saw the interesting conversation question list that's supposed to be great for building a rapport and closeness, and now I want to find it. You mean you got a cheat sheet, Smurfberry? You got a love cheat sheet? We all want to see that. Those cheat sheets come in handy. It's good to see you though, Sniper Echo. Are you well? You're not stressing or anything, are you? How's the project coming along? Andrew Loss says, Legmog, your kindness is showing. And the Unholy says, how do I get the discount code so I can buy some models? Okay, all right, let me go through it. You go to... You got to jump on the Discord server. So join the Discord. I'll pop the link here in Twitch chat. Click that link. You don't have to install the app. You can log into Discord through your web browser. So join the Discord, the Phil Does 3D Discord. It's a great group of people, very helpful, very friendly. So I encourage you to join it for that, if nothing else. There's a gallery section where you can show off your work and all that sort of thing. But if you jump on the Discord, under the subscriber chat, which only shows up to subs, you'll find the discount code there. And then once you've done that, if you go to my website, so once you jump on the Discord, get the discount code, then you go to my shop. So go to phildoes3d.com and then click the shop link. There's a little thing down here that says show me the code. That'll just take you to Discord, to the subs chat. But then you just add whatever model you want. Let's go to this one here. So when you add it to your cart and you go through the checkout, there's going to be a spot here where you can enter your code here. So just enter your code there. And you can get the discount that way. Because yeah, all subs on my channel get half price on any models that I sell on my website. Only on my website though, not on my Creative Market store or my ArtStation store. But any model you purchase through my website here, you get for half price. However many you want. There's no restrictions on any of it. All of them are half price. You can buy as many or as few as you want for half price. But yeah, the discount code on the Discord server on under the subscribers chat, you can find it. Okay, now let me see what's going on here. No, Unholy's saying for some reason it doesn't show up. I linked my Twitch to Discord and everything. You don't have the sub channel. Let me have a look. Give me 2 secs here. I'm just checking the Discord here. It might just take a minute for the Discord server to sync up with the Twitch chat. That could be the reason. Okay, I can see you joined the Discord. Good. Just let me see if I can't force it. Why is that happening? Oh, I see, because I'm up in general. There we go. The unholy, the unholy. Okay, here we are. You are the unholy scorn. Yep, is that correct, Unholy? Your name is DJ in Discord? Unholy scorn was not me? Okay, my apologies. Let me have a look. I don't see you actually. Oh no, there you are, DJ. Okay. Okay, I'm going to give you the filter member role. I can't actually give you the Twitch sub role. Let me see if I can't force Discord to sync. Connections. Because what happens is when you sub, and when you join Discord as a subscriber, Discord syncs my Discord server to Twitch's sub server, and that's when it knows that you're a subscriber and gives you the sub role. So that would explain why you can't see the subscribers Twitch chat, subscriber chat on Discord. Unholy says, it's okay, don't waste too much time, and I can wait. I'm making a game and need an artist. Oh yeah, it will show up. I'm just trying to see if I can't force it though. So I don't generally do it. I don't generally force it, so I'm not really sure why that is. They're all connected. I can't remember where it is that I can tell it to force a refresh on it. It's not there. Server settings. Okay, I'm getting it to do a resync now. I'll see if it picks it up for you. Just wait a minute for Discord to resync. Okay, so what we go back to our UVing while it's syncing there. We could use this one or the other one. I'm just trying to work out which would be better. I like the UV map here for this one. Again, we're getting a little stretching, but not much. It takes Discord a little while to sync up. It could take it a good 10 minutes. I'll let you know how it goes though, Unholy. But it will sync on its own eventually anyway, within the next few hours. But I'll let you know when the sync is finished, if it finishes before I finish my stream. So which one UV map are we going to go with? Let me go back and check the other one again. I think we're going to go with the first one. So this one. I like the layout of the UVs for this one. I think that's a cleaner looking layout. So let's send that back to Max. I can hear a noise, I don't know what it is. It's coming from outside. I'm getting. You see how easily Phil gets distracted? It's still syncing up. It's taking it a while. Oh well, why did you do that? I don't know why I did that, but anyway, let me should have replaced it with the version we were using, not brought in a new version. I'm just going to do an unwrap on this. Worst case anyway, Unholy, I can actually whisper you the code. So if by the end of the stream today I can't get the sync to happen, if Discord takes longer, then I can whisper you the code, or if you're on Twitch, that is, if you want me to. We could do it that way. Okay, so they're the UVs we want. So what I'm going to do here is copy this unwrap, go to the actual one that we want it to be applied to. You think you found the cheat sheet, Smurfberry? Tell us. We all want to see a love cheat sheet. Sniper Erica says, sorry for the delay. I'm good, thanks, mate. It's super busy. No problems. I know it's been busy, dude. Yeah, that's why I got these other guys to become mods as well, because I know how busy you are. Please don't take offense. I love you as my moderator. I always want you as my mod, Sniper Echo, and I want you here as much as you can be. I only did it to make things a bit easier for you so you don't feel so obligated to be here. I don't want you guys to be obligated to be mods or anything. Okay, so we copy the UVs across. That's good. Now we can just delete this one that it's sent over for whatever strange reason it sent it over. Let's jump out of isolation mode. So again, I'm just going to copy that that unwrap, and we're going to paste it on here. We're going to check that it pasted okay, and it didn't. Why? Why you do this? That's okay. We're going to do something different here. Instead of me going around copying, pasting between everything anyway, I'm going to make sure everything is UV mapped on this one piece here. So this one, this one is not UV mapped. Let's collapse the stack. Let's send that over to unfold through to Horizon UV. I can never get used to saying that. You can put it wherever you want, Smurfberry. You can put it either in Twitch chat or you can pop it on Discord. Either are good. Yeah, it's still syncing up, I'm afraid, Unholy. We'll wait till the end of the stream, which is in about 45 minutes, and if it doesn't come through, I can miss it. I can whisper it to you, but eventually Discord will behave itself and will sync up your subscriber role to Discord, and then you'll see the subs chat, and in the subs chat is the code. Just close that so it doesn't distract me. Let's have a look at these questions that I know we're meant to be doing 3D. Oh, we'll get back to it. I promise I will. But I just want to check these questions out. That Star Smurfberry has popped in. You got me curious. I want to see it. Scientifically proven questions to generate closeness. Given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest? Would you like to be famous? In what way? Before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you're going to say and why? I actually do that. I rehearse what I'm going to say. What could constitute a perfect day for you? When did you last sing to yourself or to someone else? If you were able to live in the age of to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or the body of a 30-year-old, for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want? No, Phil's never going to finish. I know I'm not. I'll leave that, but I want to come back and read that later because they sound really interesting. Okay, let's get back to what we're supposed to be doing. Phil's so easily distracted. For this one, I think we'll go with this one. That's the one. Let's send that back. See, I can move my ass when I want to. It's just sometimes I get distracted, that's all. I'm going to open up this group, see whether these have been UV mapped. This one, it looks like it has. I'm just going to collapse the stack. Throw the unwrap down. Open up the editor, and yes, that one's mapped, so that's good. Now the railings, have they been mapped? It doesn't look like they have. They haven't. So let's send, actually, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to attach both of these railing sections together as one mesh. So I'm going to select both of them and we'll go into isolation and attach them. Let's send that over to Rhizome UV. And let us, I think we'll use the same automatic unwrapping here, this one here. Just going to go back and check a couple of the other ones to see if any of the others might be better. No, that one's not better. This one won't work, I'm pretty sure. And I'm wrong. I actually think this one... no, I don't know that I like that. Let's try the next one. This one's not going to work. Try this one. This one's not going to work. I don't think this one will work though either. No. That one's not going to work. Which one was it? Which one did I like? Was it this one? No, or did I like this one? No, I didn't like this one. Unholy says, I got it, the sub worked. Oh, cool. Good to hear, Unholy. Yes, I can see you as a sub there now. Cool. Yeah, it just takes Discord a minute or two to work out you're a subscriber. So if you go into the subscribers chat, you'll find the discount code in there and you can enter it during the checkout on my shop. This one, this is the one I wanted. Okay, now... No, they move my interface around because every time they upgrade this software, they end up moving everything around on me. So let me find the right thing. Generally UV cleanup I still tend to do in Max. I find it a bit easier to do in Max than this program because I keep moving stuff around. I'm just going through here and I'm just straightening these up because I don't want my texture map to be skewed like that on these straight pieces. I want it to be straight. And it's being skewed because our UVs here are curved. So just going through and straightening them up will allow us to keep a nice straight texture map. Just going to get it to do a repack. And just a couple of the UVs here are looking a bit weird. I think it's the end pieces here. So I'm going to slice it. Legmog says, back was AFK for the last 7 minutes. I discovered there was camembert. Oh, dude, you're going to the gym and you're going to eat camembert afterwards? That just defeats the whole purpose of why you went to the gym. Wow. I'm just holding the shift key down here to get it to auto-select the entire thing. And I'm going to, if I can find it, where is it? Where is it? Why you move everything around on me all the time? Where have you moved? Oh, there we go. I'm just going to cut it there. I'm just doing an unfold and a pack. Legmog says, I'm coming down with a cold. Oh no, a friend of mine's coming down with the flu too, which basically is a license to eat camembert without feeling guilty. Feeling ill is extenuating circumstances for a healthy diet. Well, that's fair enough. Fair enough. You don't want me to unpack this properly, really, do you? For some reason. Let me just repack that, deselect that. Okay, I think why it's having a problem is because this is an open edge, I think. Maybe not. It might be an open edge, that could be what's causing it to have a bit of a fit. Again, I'm just going to slice the top off of this. Let's pack this one. Now, these edges really are not an issue because these are actually hidden inside of the end pieces for the railings. They're never seen, but I might as well tidy up my UV space as much as I can before I send it back. So let's slice off this one. And let's slice off this one. I might slice off this one too, I think. Smurpery said, Legmog's been ignoring me this entire stream. Feels bad, man. Yes, Smurpery's been incredibly helpful there, posting all that stuff for you, Legmog. Stop ignoring him. And I might just chop off this bit here as well. So while the automated tools of this program are very good, it can get things wrong. But we can go through and do it manually. It's no big deal. Right. We have a lot of wasted UV space here, but what we can do with the texture is we can sort of create a half a texture instead of, say, making the texture 2048 by 2048. We'll go 2048 by 1024, so we can save some texture room that way because we're not using the entire 0 to 1 space. But that's fine. Now our UVs are running the correct direction, so let's send that back. I keep hearing a bell. Am I going mad? Am I having a stroke? I can hear a bell. And my room is completely silent. And I don't know where this bell noise is coming from. Sniper says, perks of being a mod smurf. Sniper says, I've been getting this annoying thing recently when UV unwrapping. Half my model is unwrapped upside down. You sure your normals are facing in the right direction or something? I've never seen my... actually, no, that can happen. You can just do a flip in your UV unwrap tool. Yeah, that's generally how I fix it, just do a flip. But yeah, it's happened to me too, Sniper Echo. Sniper says, not the worst, just adds more time to it. Smurfberry says, oh no, he's on to me. It does sound like a weird projection, as Smurfberry says. Okay, now it's done the same thing here. There might be some sort of bug within the plug-in here, which is probably what's going on. Where it's not supposed to make a duplicate, but it's easy for us to correct. So again, I'm just going to throw down an unwrap. Double check our unwrap. That's cool. Copy our unwrap. And paste it onto our geometry. Good. And we can delete this one. What is that noise? Am I having a stroke? What is going on? You know what I think it is? It's raining outside. I think what I'm hearing is rainwater hitting some metallic thing outside, making like a bell sound. Ding, ding, ding. Just making sure my computers aren't burning up or anything, and that's not a sort of warning, trying to warn me of, no, everything looks good, everything looks fine. Okay. Oh. All right, next things, so that's UV, is that UV mapped? Yes, it is. This isn't, so let's add all of these to the same UV map. Jump into isolation so I don't accidentally attach something I don't want. Android Lost says it rains. Yeah, it does. I know, it's an amazing. When it started raining last night, because we've just gone through a heat wave in Australia, where we've been like 40-degree temperatures during the day, no lower than 30 degrees Celsius at night for an extended period of time, for like 6 or 7 days. And it rained last night, and I'm thinking to myself, what is that weird smell? And it was the smell of water, rainwater. I hadn't smelt it for so long, I've forgotten what it was like. So yes, it does rain in Australia. Not very often, unfortunately, anymore because of global warming. And it is raining today, and it's cold today. So we've gone from 40 degrees Celsius, like not yesterday, the day before, to 20 degrees today. Actually, I think it's about 18 degrees Celsius at the moment. This is Australia, Melbourne, Australia. It's weird. Beck says, well, it's 2:30 a.m. I'm off to sleep. See you soon, Phil and chat. Happy modelling. Thank you, Beck, for being here, and I do appreciate the sub. You have a good night, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. But remember, I'm not back next week. I'm back the week after. So I'm being sent to the middle of nowhere next week. No streams, but I'm back again the week after for our normal schedule. You have a good night, good day, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Good night, Beck. Good night sleep. 2:30 in the morning, yeah. Okay, let's send these over to Unfold 3D. Rhizome UV. I'm never going to get used to saying that. Which one did we decide was a good one? Was it this one? Or was it this one? Let's try this one. Let's just see if the other ones are any better. I think this one might be better. I'm just going to cut these end pieces off though. So we'll cut that one. This one. This one. This one. And these ones down the bottom. Just a couple more left. Okay, let's get it to do a repack. And let's straighten these up a little bit. And just get it to repack. And that's better. Now they're nice and straight, nice and even. Let's send that back. Let's do our usual trick of copying our UVs. And delete the one we don't want. Okay. So UV'd, 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 UV'd. Are these UV'd? No. Okay, let's UV this. Let us try the first one. And I think the first one will work for what we want. That all looks fine. Let's send that back. I'm going to collapse the stack to bake those UVs in. I'm going to throw an unwrap down, check that it's brought our UVs across, and it has. Let's copy that and paste it onto these ones. Double check there's no problem, and there's not. Good. Let's collapse the stack and paste the UVs. Good. Okay, I know these are UV'd correctly. I want to check these pieces here. And that's UV'd, 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 and that is done. That is done. I'm pretty sure we did these ones. That is done. 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 But I know the lines aren't done, so let's send one of the lines over. Just before I do this, I'm going to do a quick save because I don't want to lose the work we've done. That would be bad. Because I turn quick save off on all the programs I use, I must remember to do it manually. It'll just take Max a little while, a minute or so to save out because the scene is quite complex. Most everything I think apart from this is UV mapped. So what I'm doing is I'm just going through making sure everything is UV mapped so that when we start doing our texturing, which we're going to be doing in Substance Painter and in Mari, everything's ready to go. So I want the modeling stage done, UVing done, so we can jump straight into texturing without worrying about re-UVing stuff. Okay. Let's send the line over to Rhizome UV. Where is my line? Why is my line not here? Let's try that again. I'm going to collapse that back to a poly just to make sure it's not getting confused. It's having a problem bringing it in. That's okay, we can do it this way. You want to be temperamental? I can work with you. I'm going to export selected. I'll do it the manual way. Just going to save it to my desktop. I'm just going to call it line temp as an FBX file should be fine. I'm going to actually load up Rhizome. Let's import the line. It's just the plugin that in Max has a problem sometimes. The plugin is a third-party plugin. It's not actually made by the people that make Rhizome UV, and it's free. So I can't really bitch about it, but it won't stop me. So, and it has problems. So sometimes we just have to do these things manually. You can see this is quite a complicated mesh, so it'll just take Rhizome a little minute to work it out. We're getting a little stretching and it's really bad here, so let's try a different unwrap. Let's try this one. You can see it working away up here in the corner. Android Lost says, as much as you hate doing UVs, I kind of like it. Some people do. It's like a game of Tetris. That's how I think of UV mapping. It's like playing Tetris. So, you know, you work out where your UV is, you flatten it out, you arrange them all together to get them as tight as possible within your UVs. It reminds me of Tetris. Every time I think UV mapping, I think Tetris. This is taking it a while. I'm just stopping it. It was taking it a bit too long to map out. You can see what it's doing. It's trying to do a pelt map. Let's go back. Let's try the next one. Let me just turn off those edges so we can see it a little bit better. That's a better map. We are still getting a little bit of stretching happening here and under the arm, and a little bit on the top of the belly. But it probably wouldn't be too bad. But let's keep going. We've got a couple of others here we can test and try. This is more like a pelt map. But again, we're getting a lot of stretching and squishing. Let's see. I'm just looking for the option I want. Where are we? Again, they've moved everything around, so but I'm sorry, it's only going to be 1080p. Yeah, we're down to our last 10 or 15 minutes anyway for the stream, so we'll push through. What I'm doing here is I'm just trying to see if we can't get rid of some of the squishing. Just trying to paint it out best I can. And let's see if we can't do something with these red areas. I'll just reduce the size of my brush. OBS is being so good too. No problems yesterday, which makes me think, like I said, my internet didn't go down, so that tells me that it's a problem with either OBS or with Twitch's server. And if I was to guess, I would probably say it's Twitch's server. Now again, this line is going to be stonework, so we can get away with a little bit of stretching and a bit of squishing. It won't really be noticeable because it's going to be stone. If it was going to be like a textured pattern, like say fabric or something that had a pattern on it, we probably couldn't, but because it's stone, I think we should be able to get away with it, with a little bit of stretching, a little bit of squishing. But I'll try and get rid of as much as I possibly can. Android Lost says, "Hey Phil, I'll see you all on next stream since I can't watch. No problems. My apologies, Android Lost. Sorry about that. It's Twitch. I blame Twitch." I'm more worried about the stretching than the squishing. I'm just fixing up around his head area here. Or she. No, it's a he, isn't it? These sort of lines are a he, always. That should probably work for what we need, I think. Just looking for the right area here. No problem, Sniper Echo. Thank you for being here. I'm not on next week. Remember, guys, I'm off next week. I'm back the week after, so I won't be here next week, but I'm going to be here the week after next. Almost forgot. But thanks for being here, Sniper Echo. I'll see you when I get back in a week's time. Just correcting a couple of little areas here and there. So you're back, Sniper Echo. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Twitch. Very annoying. Always seems to happen right toward the end of a stream anyway, so I guess we're lucky in that regard. I'm just wondering if I could get a better pelt map. We're using one of the other tools. I mean, this is not terrible, but let's get it to repack. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save this as, because I just want to try one of the other tools to see if we can get a better mapping. So I'm going to reload the model. No, I don't want to save that. And let's try this. Is probably the better one, but it was taking it a long time to actually work. I might try reducing the amount of the number of cuts, and let's see if it can do it more actually. Yeah, let's see if it'll do it more quickly by reducing the number of cuts. We'll just wait a minute. Wait for it to work it out. There we go. Let's get it to pack. No, I actually don't like that. That's sort of worse, I think. So let us try. I don't think we tried the last one. Let's see what that gives us. The other option, of course, is for me to go through manually and place a cut line. Yeah, I don't like that either. It's we could cut it manually. In fact, let's try doing a manual cut. I'm going to take it right down to the nose. Let's try doing an unwrap. Let's get it to repack it. See, I don't think that's necessarily, might be a little bit better than the other one we did, but maybe we can cut the feet as well, I think. So, let's do that. You're not going to see these because these are actually going to be, because the lines are at the top of the column, they're really not going to be seen. Well, the actual cuts aren't going to be seen, that is. Get it to do an unfold, get it to do a pack. I don't think that really benefited much of anything, really. No, not really. We can try one more thing. We can try doing a cut. Across the base of the foot. I'm just going to do one because I want to test how that's going to work, whether that's going to work or not, before I worry about the other one. I think we might just stick with the original one we had. I'm going to close that down. I'm going to import that model we exported. The number 2 version that we saved out from Rhizome UV. Where did it put it? Where did it put it? Over here, I think. Max, come on. Going to do an unwrap, check that the UVs are there. Actually, I don't think they are. Why did it do that? Oh, we may have to come back to this, I think, not next week, the week after, when I get back from the middle of nowhere. Let's just close up our group. So the only thing I think we've got left to UV map is the lions. Oh wow, it actually removed my lion. That's really weird. So was that the wrong lion? Might have been the wrong lion. Anyway. Yeah, when we come back on Monday next week, not next week, the week after, we'll finish UV mapping the lions and then we can start the texturing. Actually, I've got to take those stairs into ZBrush as well. I keep forgetting about that. But I do want to thank you guys and girls for being here and hanging out with me and putting up with our drop of connection again. Remember, I'm not streaming next week. I'm back the week after. So I'll post to Twitter and Discord reminding you guys I'm not going to be here next week. I'll be back the week after. I hope you guys and girls, though, have a good weekend and good next week. And I'll see you when I get back in a week's time. You're welcome, Sniper Recco. Thanks for being here. My apologies, everyone, for the hiccup here at the end of the stream. And for not getting this done today. I was really trying to get it done, but that's okay. So I'm not streaming next week, but I'm back the week after. So I'll see you guys in a week's time. You guys and girls take care and see you soon. See you in a week.